Welcome to update 245, folks. Recently, just today, went in to get some blood work done for a physical I had done, just a checkup, and of course had to go thrifting. So I ended up picking up a few little things. Baby spoon from Rogers Brothers. So it was a whole $1, probably get $15, $20, something like that. Then picked up a couple or a set of Coro costume jewelry, brooch, and matching earrings. There's a pair like that right there. And also got a little sterling charm for a charm bracelet in the shape of Saskatchewan, and then one of Manitoba Centennial, little enameled one, again sterling. Also got a 10-karat gold pin, so a little Masonic pin, not very big, this little tiny thing. So yeah, but still 10 karat. And also got about 60 some grams of 800 silver. So I got a whole bunch of sterling, or not sterling, sorry, 800 type silver, so coin grade silver. So that's about $50 worth of silver in there. So $3 or $4 worth of retail, or not retail, cost rather. So 50 bucks. So I made some money today. Doesn't compare to the tin that I sold, but it's bread and butter. Get some stuff sold. Talking about bread and butter, I kind of screwed up recently. I was going to bid on an auction, and it was the pickup was an hour away, and I figured that I should maybe bid, but there was only 20 lots that I was interested in, and I thought, you know, I'm going to end up outbid on probably 2/3 of them, and I really didn't want to go pick up just 5 lots or 4 lots or 8 lots or something. So I decided not to bid, and I ended up going to check the auction when about 1/3 of the lots had already ended, and most of the lots that I was going to bid on that I figured would go higher were selling for $0 and $1 and $2. So most of it was bread and butter type stuff, stuff that I do sell. It doesn't sell quick, but I do sell. So I screwed up. I should have bid on those 20 lots. I probably would have ended up spending under $50 and gotten, you know, $600 or $800 worth of inventory. So that was a screw up. Should have bid, but didn't. Oh well. Just didn't want to travel that hour, but would have been worth it in this particular case. But you make mistakes sometimes, so what can you do about it? Anyway, and if you didn't already know, the LED lighting is in place. The shop is nice and bright. The offices are full of stuff as well, fresh stuff. So come check that out if you haven't already been here or such. And check out the other videos that I did. Like I said, I got a really nice oil tin the other day, Monday, and sold it on Monday as well. Did quite well on it. There's another video coming up. Probably will be posted before this update, actually. But on the mistake I made on it as well. But it would be interesting anyway to see what your responses are in it. We'll see how that goes. And the renos on the front haven't started yet. The contractor's still ordering materials. So waiting on that. And yeah, there's a show coming up in just over 2 weeks from now. So Boys of Ain, Manitoba. It's called the Dunray Antiques Flea Market. So it's the first Sunday in September. So I'll have to get ready for that. I'll do some filming. I'm thinking about wearing the chest harness for the camera and doing a walk around during setup and during pre-opening as well for that one. So I will have a video on that stuff as well. So another thing I need to mention is the website is up and running at www.fedoraantiques.com. 2 A's in the middle there. So fedoraantiques.com. Anyway, yeah, it's up and running. There's roughly 300 items listed. Just sold the first item today, so that was very good. We've had some traffic on the site. I've got Google ads up, and that seems to be driving some traffic, so that's good. The piece I sold was a robot, a tin, fairly scarce robot, but it wasn't working, so I've priced it a little lower on the low side, so that could be why it sold fairly quick. Really nice condition overall. Did have some issues, but did come in the box, and like I said, sold. So that was good, to the tune of about $325. So that's decent. Miscalculated shipping a little bit. The shipping on the website's automatic, so it's based on what we enter for weight, and sometimes the size of the item and sometimes the location that it's going to will skew the shipping a bit. So I'm going to have to suck in probably $10 or $15 worth of the shipping, which is fine because I probably would have discounted the item, $10 or $15 in the shop anyway. So yeah, check out the website, www.fedoraantiques.com. I'll put the link down below as well. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. If I don't, somebody remind me. Anyway, yeah, so on we go. So you may or may not have seen the video on the internet scam that's going on. These scammers that are using my business name. So what I'm going to do is just do a quick rundown as to what's happening. So far, I've actually managed to eliminate 2 of the fake profiles, or the hacked profiles rather. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you know sort of how this scam works. What's happening is these scammers will hack a profile or take over a hacked profile and post these jobs, online jobs, in the various Facebook groups, mostly localized groups, job-seeking groups, garage sale groups, whatever they can get into basically, and post these job positions. Basically, it's usually administrative assistant or data entry, something like that, is what they advertise. And people will comment on their ad, and then they will send them a letter. And in my case, what they've done is taken pieces of my website and put a fake letter together. So they've snapped or done screenshots of my website and taken my headers and such and made a fake job offer letter. So they've actually used my accurate website address, my accurate phone number, and accurate name, obviously, Fedora Antiques and Collectibles. However, the email they used or created for this very purpose is Fedora Antique and Collectibles at gmail.com. So they've left out the S at the end of antiques. Usually things like that, errors like that, indicate somebody that's not an English speaker. Originally, they may know English, but they don't know it well enough to put the S's on the ends of things like that for some reason. So anyway, they will send this letter off to the job seeker. They will do an interview with the job seeker over Telegram and then accept the person to work for them. The person will receive a bogus check, and that check will get deposited or the person will deposit that check in their account. And what'll happen, of course, it's bogus. The bank will take a while to figure out it is bogus, but meanwhile, the person is supposed to be buying Apple Pay cards for customers of the business. So I'm assuming what happens later at the end of the scam is that the numbers or codes, etc., or cards themselves, I'm assuming probably just the codes, are sent to the scammer, and the scammer cashes them and has the money in hand. So the person, of course, will be out the money because that check will bounce. It's bogus. It's a fake check. It's not legitimate. It's not going to go through. So anyway, so the person ends up scammed. Now there's basically three groups or three batches of people that are affected by this. Number one, the person whose Facebook account is hacked and being used as a front. Two, the business, i.e. in my case my business name, my reputation, and then all of those job seekers that are affected. Now, the job seekers that they seem to be going after in a lot of cases are immigrants, disabled, stay-at-home moms, and other people who are vulnerable and looking for money to survive, essentially. They need the extra income, whatever, and they're having their money stolen by these scammers. And because in the case of immigrants, for example, the English issue, if they don't speak excellent English themselves or are not familiar with the English language in its entirety, they don't catch a lot of these errors that are made on the fake letter, on Telegram, etc., to realize that this person that is supposedly Canadian, that grew up in Canada, cannot speak fluent English. I suspect there's also French involved. I'm not sure, but I suspect in Quebec and such, there's probably a French version of this exact same scam. Now, I know there's at least 5 other shops that have been affected by this. Back in June, there was Memory Lane Antiques out of London, Ontario was affected, as well as others. And has been others, and probably is more, and probably a lot more than we know. So a lot of people are affected by this. And the scammers are probably stealing tons of money. Probably far more than any of our shops make in a year. So these scammers are the low of the low. They're the scum of the criminal world, I'm sure. Because, like I said, they're targeting the vulnerable and those who are in need. They're not targeting the rich by any stretch of the imagination. So, anyway, now, not that they should be targeting the rich in the first place, or anybody for that matter. They just need to be eliminated, these scammers. So, anyway, I've been dealing with it myself as well. I have looked into another avenue of recourse, and I'm not going to go into it right now. I'm going to see if it pans out, see if anything happens with it, and we'll see. Probably going to be contacting CBC Marketplace to make this well known, and the other dealers and I will be talking with them and making it very known that this is going on, and it's affecting a lot of people. The businesses, the Facebook accounts, the job seekers. Anyway, so that's what's been going on the last couple days here. Anyway, let me know what you think. Leave some comments below. Have you been affected by this? Do you know anybody that's affected by this? Let your friends and family know, especially those who are looking for online jobs, because it's a minefield out there. There's a lot of fake jobs, a lot of scams that are going on with this type of situation. So, especially when it involves gift cards and Apple Pay cards and such, that's the biggest red flag there is. Also, when the person claims to be from Canada and is supposedly born here, fluent in English, etc., and the English is horrible, that's another red flag. And yeah, there's several red flags. I'm not going to go through them all, but there's lots of things you got to watch for. But be careful out there. Let your friends and family know, like I said, and let other businesses know that this has been happening as well. So if you're getting phone calls as a business, people asking whether you're hiring for online positions, that's a big red flag that, hey, your name is being used in this scam. So you need to jump on it and get on this and start dealing with it as fast as you can. Hopefully, in my case, I'll be harassing them so much that they will leave my name alone and go on to something else. But it doesn't mean that the next guy's not going to be badly affected as well. So that's what's going on, folks. So yeah, I've got to get back to it, and I've got to do some packing because I've got a show on Sunday. All right.
So I've been packing for the Dunray Flea Market in Boissevain, Manitoba. The reason it's called the Dunray Flea Market is it used to be in Dunray, Manitoba, but got moved to Boissevain, Manitoba. Anyway, it's an antique show basically, so antique flea market. I've got basically 4 crates packed and ready, and a pile of stuff to go here, and some other crates that are pretty much ready to go. Can still probably fill them up with a few more bits and pieces. I'm not sure if I have enough or I have too much. I'm not too sure because I've only got 3 tables this time, same as last year at this particular show. But I'm planning to bring showcases as well, and they take up an 8-foot table all on their own, as you can see here. So I've basically got 2 8-foot tables to put out those crates of stuff on. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have too much or too little this time. Probably be able to fit it all in, I suspect. So we'll see. Might be a little tight, but anyway. So that's about it for this update, folks. I'll be doing a video on the show more than likely, and yeah, so watch out for that one, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching, guys. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and check out our other videos on antiquing, picking, thrifting, scrapping, etc. Take care, folks.